Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can tell, the engine is not in the truck anymore. And there's a reason for that. So, without getting too much into it, long story short, I'm pretty sure I spun a bearing in my old 5.9. So, we're doing a swap. But in this swap, we are going a completely different route because I hear you can do it. I watched a couple of videos courtesy of HorseTorque Diesel himself. If you guys know who he is, give him a watch. Fucking love his shit. He does all the things that I wish I could do, but anyways, here we are. So watching one of his videos, he ended up doing a 6.7 swap into his he ended up doing a 6.7 swap in an 05 third gen, if I'm not mistaken, and we're gonna do the same thing. So let me show you what I'm working with here. So pardon my mess, my driveway is a clusterfuck, but anyways, we got the two blocks here. We got the 5.9 here, and we got a 6.7 there. The 6.7 came out of an 08 with approximately about 250,000 kilometers on it, and this thing has got, it had 636 before it decided to shit the bed, but I digress. You're probably wondering why they're both covered in plastic. Well, I live in Alberta, and the last few days we were expecting a big rainstorm, so I covered them up as best I could. Essentially, any bare metal, I needed to cover it up. Wasn't too concerned about the 5.9 block because it needs a fair more amount of work than what I'm willing to do, but I had to cover up the 6.7 because the 6.7 is what is ending up going to go back into this truck. I have some more parts on the way, but yeah, so this is 6.7. Like I said, it came out of a 2008 truck. As you can tell, I have already swapped parts from the 5.9 to the 6.7. Now, you're probably thinking, how in the hell are you going to be able to make that work? And let me tell you. So, how that works is, again, I have HorseTorque Diesel to thank for this, because had I not watched his videos, I probably would have just rebuilt or just swapped in the 5.9, or now the 5.9 back into here. But because I'm very, as a lot of my friends would call me, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambitious. So he had this video and he was talking about how he did his 6.7 swap in his 5.9. So if you're doing that, you need obviously 6.7 block, crank, pistons, the piston assembly, connecting rods, rod bearings, all that other fun stuff. Essentially, you use that, and then you use the rest of your 5.9 equipment. So you use your 5.9 head, 5.9 head, injectors, lines. You can use your injector lines, whether it be from a 5.9 or a 6.7. But obviously, if you're going to use 6.7 rail lines, you need to use 6.7 rail. I'm sticking on the 5.9 because, well, it just makes fucking sense, and there's no reason to change too much if you don't have to. Now, first question you guys are probably asking, well, how are you going to make it work with your 5.9 injectors? Well, so here's the thing. So my truck, so the 03 that I had, it was a 305, what they call a 305 ISB. Now, I don't know what ISB stands for off the top of my head, but I will probably put it right here, and once I start editing this video. So from the early 03 ISB blocks, that's the 305, those are the 305 horsepower blocks, to I think the early 6.7s, the piston heads and the piston bowls, I guess you can call them, they're roughly about the same. For what I've gathered, from what I've heard there and did research on, there's like a 2-degree difference, but in turn you can run it, I guess. So that's what he did. I'm pretty sure he had a video of it running and everything else like that. There's a little bit of modification you got to do to your head for it to work, and I'll show you why. Okay, so looking at the 5.9 head, the pistons are roughly about the same. I'll show you a better one here, so it's one that's not covered in oil. So there's the 5.9 piston, and here's the 5.9 block. And then here's our 6.7 piston, with our 6/7 block. There's a difference in between the pistons. So these are what they call steam ports. 5.9, their 6/7 blocks have them, whereas the 5.9s don't. When Cummins built these or designed these engines, the early 3rd gen blocks, the cylinders themselves on the 5.9s actually have space between them for the coolant to pass through, whereas the 6.7s, they don't. The 6.7s, they're all connected together. So because of that, the coolant and the steam from the coolant's got to go fucking somewheres, right? So Cummins decided to put steam ports, so the steam can rise up and it goes in everything else. And I don't know exactly how the science works. I just know that that's the difference. Now, from what I've heard through talking to a handful of people, you can run a 5.9 head on a 6.7 block without the steam ports drilled, but I feel like you would be on borrowed time if you were going to do that. So we have our gaskets. We have our gasket for the 6.7. We also have our studs for the 6.7 as well. We went with just your typical Molly MLS gasket, nothing crazy there. For studs, I went the route that I knew best, only because I'd used it once in one of my older trucks, and for the time I had it, I didn't have any issues. So I figured I'm gonna use this company again. So I went with exotic head studs.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I don't care, okay? I can only do so fucking much, and considering for what you're getting, they're not bad, okay? We're not trying to get a fucking 1,000 power or 1,000 horsepower out of this fucking rig. I would be happy with somewhere between 500 to 700. It doesn't have to be crazy. I just want something that I can drive to and from wherever I need to go, so I don't have to keep using the fucking work truck. Even though, because, well, it's a Ford. Like, really? The fact that no. Anyways, I digress. So, I want to get back to driving this truck because I miss driving this truck. It's been down for too long. And yeah, anyways, so we're using exotic head studs. Don't fucking care if you don't like it. You can suck my ass. Anyways, so we're going to be doing that. I got the head on the back of the tailgate right now. But first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to torque on these, I want to torque on the adapter plate of this engine, or the adapter plate for this, because I got the NV56, so I want to put that back there. Probably gonna have to, by the looks of it, we're gonna have to do a throw bearing, because that, let me show you. So here's the transmission. Here's the throw bearing. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think it's supposed to sound like that. So, shit came out blacker than me. You know that's bad. But anyways, so we're gonna get a new throw bearing. We need to get new injector lines and injector crossover tubes, because the ones that I pulled out of the 5.9, the injector line nut is, I guess, seized to either the crossover tube or to the line itself, so we need to replace on those. So that's not the end of the world. It's just going to be down for a little more than I'd like to admit, but I digress. Torque on that adapter plate, and I think while I'm here, I might as well just fucking throw on the flywheel as well, and then cover everything back up. And yeah, I would love to throw it in this weekend, but I'm waiting on paint. Because I want this to look somewhat nice. I got a couple of things. I got something on the way, but I think we might get one more piece of the puzzle before we decide to throw it in. So drop a comment in the comment section there if what color you think I'm gonna be painting the engine. For those who know me and who already know, shh, don't fucking say anything. Drop a comment in the comment section and guess what color the engine block is going. Because I can tell you, most of you probably aren't gonna get it. Maybe. I mean, the fuck do I know? I'm just some dickhead trying to fix his fucking truck in his driveway. But yeah. Also, if you think I should get rid of that fucking fire retardant shit, I don't know what it's called, but like all this fucking stuff, like this shit, like that shit. Like, should I? I want to get rid of it because it looks kind of like ass, and I've heard when these things just actually decide to go, as you can tell, it's kind of starting to get all shitty. But when these start to get to go and they're just falling apart, and it just looks like shit. So if you think I should also get rid of that, fucking let me know. Drop it in the comment section. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my tripod and I'm gonna set you guys up for whatever battery power I have left, and we're gonna make something of this. So I'll be right back. So I don't know if, first of all, I don't know if any of my viewers are American or not, but if you are, let me put you on something real quick. So the other day, well, I went into, after work, I went to go do some things and whatnot, like go to the gym and go fill up this pig because, you know, she's thirsty on fuel. I decided to stop in at Princess Auto because I needed to grab some thread locker and I needed something so I can torque on shit with that. So I went to Princess Auto, which is to what I like to call Canada's version of Harbor Freight. Jesus. Fucking quad hoppers are fucking tripping over everything. Anyways, so I went to PA, what we call Princess Auto, and grabbed these 3 things. If I can figure out how to work a fucking plastic bag to save my life here. But here we go. So I got, oh, where's the fuck sakes? Anyways, so I bought these 3 things. Bought a socket adapter set, some blue Loctite, and some red Loctite. Guess how much this was? If you guessed $74.32 Canadian, you would be right. That is literally, it just boggles my mind how expensive things are getting now. Because, like, I could see this being like $30-40 at most, but considering it was almost $80 for three things, just boggles my mind. I just can't understand it. So, if you're a Canadian and you're watching this, you know my struggle. You know what the struggle is if you're trying to build a truck in today's economy, because it fucking sucks. One of these days I'll do a breakdown of how much I've already spent in this vehicle alone before it even took a shit. So, yeah. Anyways, we got more mods to come to the truck as well. I gotta fix some. I gotta finish others before we do some other ones. But it's a process. It'll happen eventually. So we'll get there in time. In time. So they say you're supposed to torque these down to like 55 foot-pounds. So shaking up our red thread locker, Loctite, and because I just snug these on so they wouldn't get lost or anything. So we're gonna take this off. We're gonna take the bolts out 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, whatever. And we're gonna throw a thread locker. We're gonna put them back in, and we're gonna try to torque them down. We're gonna torque them down the spec with our hand eddy torque wrench. So let's fucking get after it. Throw some red Loctite on that. Put that back in there. Same with this one. Get under you. Yes, boy. Put them on there. Put our cap back on so we don't lose it. Snug these up. There we go. And we're gonna do that another six more times. So, let's get after it. Torqued and good. Or good and tight? I don't know. Okay, now we got that all sorted. You can tell our back of our crank is a little dirty. So we're gonna take these bolts off and we're gonna clean on this a little bit. And yeah, because you know we want things to look nice. Rear main seal is still good. It's by the looks of it, it's brand fucking new, or in this case, brand used. But it's fine. So we're gonna take off these bolts here. I'm gonna try to find them a nice home, and yeah, we're gonna grab Scotch-Brite. We're gonna grab some WD. We're just gonna scrub the shit out of this. So let's do it. Don't lose your washers. Very bad for business. I think that's what we're going for. I don't know. They don't pay me to think. Actually, they do. They do now. Not on my old job though. Oh, wait. Anyways, that's enough of that. Is this just me? Or, like, am I the only one who, when, like, working on something by yourself, you tend to talk to yourself a lot? No? Just me? Nice. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I did it. It's fine. I know what you're talking about. That one. And then. Come on. There we go. So this is their new home for now. So you're gonna want to get your Scotch-Brite pad from like Walmart, and then you want to get the most least full WD-40 can you could find, and you're just gonna, you know, clean some of that shit up. But you're just gonna soak on this, and then just scrub her down some, and you're gonna knock your bolts off simultaneously, because you know why? It's just the right thing to do. So you're just gonna scrub it up on this here. When you think you run out, you just fucking throw a little more on there. Try not to scrub your rear main, because, well, it's a Dodge. You're gonna have to replace it eventually anyways. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, why don't you just replace it now? Like, well, I'm kind of fucking cheap, so this is what we're gonna fucking do. And there goes the neighbor in his fucking black mega cab, probably 2008 or late 07.5 model. But anyways, it's fine. But look at it, it just looks so much nicer. So then, yeah, and what you do after that is you're gonna take not your shirt. Mom raised you to be better than that. But you're gonna grab a rag. Here we go. You're gonna grab your old army issued fucking shirt here. You're just gonna wipe her all down. Just wipe her all down. Nice and good lack. See? Ah, smells good. Anyways, That's fine. And now, we're gonna grab our flywheel. That thing. Let me go get that. Okay. So, now that we got our flywheel, we're gonna try to figure out how the fuck we gonna put this on there. Because this thing is not exactly light. I mean, it's not heavy, but I don't think I would like to be. I'd prefer not to carry it for a long period of time. So we're gonna figure out a way how we're gonna get this up on here, because there ain't a whole lot of room from what I remembered once you get the flywheel up. So we're gonna take our nice and soaked WD-40 flywheel bolts, and we're just gonna put them all over to the side and then probably forget about them, but let's not do that. But we're gonna grab one. Just need one. And we're gonna try to figure out how the sweet and sour fuck we're gonna fit this onto here. I see there's like 2 dowel pins, but there's no, or dowel holes or something like that. That's what I think they're called anyway. But there's no dowel on the back of the flywheel, so guess it's time to fucking put down the purse and be a man. Now you're a man. Manly, manly man. Anyways, okay, we got the grease spot there. We're gonna not worry about that. Okay, let's see if the method to my madness will work. It probably won't, but we'll try it anyway. So we're gonna. Oh. Come on there, man. Up we go. Yes, sir. And then we're gonna try. Alright, you're not gonna be able to see a whole lot because my fucking head's about to get in the way here. But we're gonna try to lift up this. Kind of. There we go. And then start one of those. There we go. Okay. There. Now we got that started. We're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna put our Loctite on here. Come on. Work for daddy. There we go. Yes, sir. Look here, sure. Anyways, we're gonna put that up in on there. Kinda. Just a little bit. We're gonna do that for each and every bolt here. So we're gonna be in a little minute. For Fox Creek. So now I got them all started. So we're gonna try and see if we can't get all these in enough. There we go. There we go. Okay. We got all that going. Take our fucking big boy toy, and then we're just gonna ease on each single one here. So, oh, it works better when you have the right fucking size. Give me a second. Ugh. Gotta take the adapter off this if I can, because my fucking hands are so greasy. Ugh. Okay, bud. Work smarter, not fucking harder. There we go. So, I apologize, my camera died. So we're gonna continue on using our phone here. But I just snugged all the bolts to the flywheel on the back of the crankshaft. And I just looked up the torque specs and they need to be torqued to 101 foot-pounds. So we got them all snug. I'm gonna get the old torque wrench going, and we're gonna start torquing these down to 101 foot-pounds. So let's fucking go. 101 foot-pounds. So we're gonna set this up here. I think I gotta sit down for this. I can actually see, y'all can kind of see my face. You wanna see my face? But 101 foot-pounds. All right. So we're gonna go all the way up to 100. We're at 90. One more revolution. At 100. 101. I don't know if the camera picked it up, and I just had a fucking little robin just zip by my fucking head. Anyways, so let's torque on these here without barring over the fucking block. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Ooh, there we go. Oh, jeez, I can't reach. Hold on a second. Work smarter, not harder. So we need to stop this from turning. So if we do something like that, maybe. Let's see. Take this, take that, until it catches at least. You don't want it to actually touch the face of the flywheel, because that'll be a bad time for everybody. There we go. Okay, now don't stand up. There's one. I think y'all get the gist of it. What's up, guys? It's the next day. I just got home from work, and we had a package show up while we were at work. And I know what they are, but let me fucking show you guys here. So here, don't mind me, I got Matt Armstrong in the background, but here we got our nice little package. Let me open this up here. So these are our new freeze plugs for the block. Now you're probably thinking, why are you getting new freeze plugs? You don't need them. You're right, I don't need them. However, I want shit to look nice. So, yeah. A little engine bling, it's fine. It's fine. You don't even worry about it. It's fine. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. It's fine. Anyways, so let me open this up here and I'll show you guys real quick. Let me show you guys the shit here. So we got these. These also came from Dirty Diesel Customs. Figured I'd have to throw it out there. I go to them for literally just about fucking everything. So, boom, there we go. Fuck, look at them things. They don't look too bad, eh? We got 4 freeze plugs. I thought it was only going to be 3, but turns out it's 4. I am not complaining. Oh, look at these things. That's alright, yeah? Yeah, 4 freeze plugs. I thought it was only going to be 3, but we got 4. So. And then, of course, we got all our hardware. It turns out I probably opened this backwards or upside down, but it's fine. So, here you go. We got our hardware, O-rings, and then our things. I don't know how to put them together. I'll figure it out as we go. And then like our freeze plugs. Like, look how fucking nice those are. Like, those are fucking sweet. And the best part, this freeze plug kit only cost me maybe what, like 75, 80 bucks, I think, and that's shipped. And Dirty Diesels is in BC, which is the next province over. And yeah, it came within a matter of a week because I ordered this and the head gasket from them, and they had the head gasket in stock, but they didn't have these in stock. And they told me these were going to be a 7 to 9 week wait before they even get them. So I was like, okay, no big deal, I'll wait. We got our freeze plugs, we got all the hardware, so that's awesome. Now that I'm off work, I'm gonna go to the gym because that needs to happen. So I'm gonna go to the gym, and then once I come back, we're gonna get ready to drill the steam ports in the fucking head, and then clean up the head a little bit, and then we're probably, hopefully, gonna be throwing the head on with the head studs and torquing everything down. It'll be fun. So let me go to the gym and deal with the dog, whatnot, and then when I come back, we'll get back. Morning, guys. So it's, as you can probably tell, the next day or the next morning. It is currently 6:32 in the morning right now. Well, it's nice enough outside. I can make a little noise before. I think the bylaw is what, 7, 8 o'clock this morning. So I have to apologize. I got ahead of myself yesterday. I got home from work and I just went ahead and did things. But we have the head on the block. We studded it last night, but there's still a little trimming I gotta do on the rocker box. But in turn, while we wait for it to get a little later, we're going to place the freeze plugs on the 6-7 block. Now, we don't necessarily have to, but who doesn't like brand new, nice shiny things on stuff? So, a little bit of engine bling. Like I said, we don't need to do it, but we're gonna do it anyways. So, let me set you guys up here, and let's get after it. So there is a way to do this. From what I've seen and from what I've heard, to take these freeze plugs out, you have to hit on the left-hand side of the freeze plug. Because if you hit on the right, I guess there's a lip on the inside where it partially sits in, and you'll have a harder time going through that. So you want to take a punch or something with a flat surface, and then a hammer, or in my case, you're using a, what do you call this? A fucking torsion key from a Chev that you used to have a long time ago. I'm just gonna sit that there. Take a good couple hits with it. Like that. And just like that, you got all three. You're gonna grab your set channel locks. And you're just gonna pull on them until they come out. There's one. There's two. And there's three. It's very simple. Very simple, very easy to do. And then you're gonna wanna clean on. You wanna clean the what you call it, the insides here, kinda, because you're gonna kick up a little bit of dirt and rust and everything else. You don't want to go. Don't want that to go into your engine. So you're just gonna wipe it off and wipe it out the best you can without getting any in the engine. So that's what I'm doing here. And as I'll take you guys off so you can get a closer look. This is what I'm talking about. Notice on the right side, you have a bit of a lip. If you hit your freeze plug on the right side, you're going to have a harder time getting it out You notice how it didn't take a whole lot to get those freeze plugs out. So you want to hit on the left side here, on the inside of the freeze plug. Anyways. About ready to put our freeze plugs in. You're probably wondering, okay, well, why do you have 4? So you got these three here go into the sides, to the left side of the block, or I guess it'd be a passenger side. And you got the one here, which actually goes to the front of the block. So I'll show you right quick. So that will replace this freeze block or freeze plug right here. Once you're probably thinking, well, this freeze block doesn't have any hardware. Well, that's because when you put your I think what they call it, your bracket with your fan pulley and your idler pulley go on, that's what holds it in. Holds it in so it doesn't leak out or anything. So there's that. I got this kit, like I said earlier in the video, I got this kit from Dirty Diesel Customs. They are not local, but you get they get their stuff up pretty quick. But this is how it's set up. So you have your what I call the crossbar, you got your O-rings, your hardware that goes to the crossbar, and you got your freeze plugs. So this is how they set up. So you want to put your O-rings on the inside. You want to put your O-rings on your bolts. Bolts go through, and then they thread into the bar in the back. And how you put these in, if I'm not mistaken, you will figure out how you want these. I guess how you want it, and then it's just a matter of maybe putting it somehow, figuring that out, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna figure out how these actually go in, and I'll get back to you guys, so give me a minute. Okay, so I figured out how to get those freeze plugs in. Let me see if I can't show you guys real quick. So it's pretty simple. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it was. It just looks difficult. There you go. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your back lug, or not lug, but take this piece here, and then you want to grab your freeze plug, and then your bolt. What I do once I find it, thought I had it. Oh, right here. I'm just retarded. So what I do is you want to put a little O on your O-ring here. So I just a little WD so it gets wet, and then you take your thing here, your back rod, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you put one, or actually we'll do this one. So we'll put it to the back here, and then you'll want to just start the thread on the bolt. Start it, starts going in a little bit. Boom, there you go. So then what I figured out is you figure out a way to put it in there, and then so it'll sit kind of in like so, and you want to tighten this a little bit. Just turn it a couple of turns so it's not gonna, so you don't end up losing this in your blocks. If you do, you're gonna have a bad time. So once it's in there, you want to orientate your freeze plug to where the both holes line up together, kind of like that. And then once you get it lined up, then you take your other bolt, you put it in, and yeah. So you put it in like so, something like that, kinda. Probably gonna get way here, yeah, just like that. And then you're gonna have to finagle your thing a little bit here. Oh, come on! Don't fight on this now, mister. There we go. There. Okay, so then you try to take this and turn it to where they're lined up. Of course, you want to make sure your freeze plug is sitting not flush, but level anyway. And we're going to tighten on this oh so slightly. And then once you get it in, you put your other bolt in. You put a rag on your freeze plug. What I did is I just simply I just had a block of wood lying around, so I smacked on that till it went in, and yeah. So I'm gonna finish on the rest of these here, and I'll get back to you. A slight little problem. I got these two in, I just got to tighten on them, but this one, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick that up or not, but inside of there I'm having the hardest time trying to get that back bar lined up. So I'm gonna see if I can't find something thin and small and see if I can't get that lined up any better. Okay, 1 second. Okay, well, that was a semi-easy fix. We'll see if it works, but just use the pick. If you don't have a pick, try to find, I don't know, smallest screwdriver you got, maybe. Something I can suggest. There we go. Just like that, we're back in business. Alright, let's finish the install on this. same concept applies here. When you go on the freeze plug, hit on the left hand side, pull it out, put the new one in. Oops. Hit on the left side, pull it out, you channel lock or any pair of pliers you got, and then put some oil, or in my case W40, on your O-ring here, and then set it into place and smack her in. The only thing, make sure that this is as level as possible with the block. With the little indent you'll see on this is indented like so. You want to just have it sitting there nice and even like. Alright, let's do this. That's how you do it. Obviously, don't be like me and use your fucking thing to do that. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do and use what you got. So put these bolts in. And that, my friends, is how you put in freeze blocks in your Dodge and your Cummins engine. See, that looks nice, that. It's nice having shiny bits on there, isn't it? Yeah, so like I said, I didn't have to do it. I just wanted something nice to put on the engine before it goes back in. I'm still waiting on paint, but I think due to recent events I might not be able to get the chance to paint it, unfortunately. Just because I need to clean up and deal with shit, and paint's not gonna be here in time unless if it magically shows up by Wednesday. Then I'm kind of out of a loss. But anyways, that's gonna be part 1 of the 6-7 swap. So if you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. I know I didn't show the install of the head studs. It's pretty shit simple, not to mention there are so many videos out there of doing head studs on your 6.7 or your 5.9. They're all the same. So as far as the Cummins goes, I'm not sure about Duramax Power Stroke, but for the Cummins it's pretty shit simple. Well, I want to clarify something as well. I said earlier in the video about the 6.7 swap. So I actually remembered that you had to drill out the steam ports. I actually came across that not from HorseTorque Diesel, I think is what his name is. But there's another guy on YouTube called CUTTERUP Rob, or CUTTERUP Bob. I think it's CUTTERUP Rob. Anyways, he's got a video on it. I essentially used this video. I was like, screw it, we're fucking doing it. So if you have any more questions, like I said, please drop them down in the comment section below. I will put the link to their 2 videos, so because they go more into depth than I have with mine right now. But yeah, if you want to do that, watch those 2 videos. I'll put a link in the description for the freeze plugs if you need it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. All right, take care.